Hello, YouTube. Today, I think it's gonna be how do I feel about turning 50? And that's one of the things that I thought that I want to talk about. And maybe you might want to hear about turning 50. It's a lot of regrets in my life. A lot of things that I ain't got done, or my retirement that I haven't worked a job consecutively. So I don't have a good retirement plan. So when I look back and look at my 50 years of living, I'd be like, man, how many things I didn't get accomplished in these 50 years, which I'm not quite 50 yet. So I got time to turn things around. I'll be 50 June the 5th, though. I will be 50. So I'm right at 50. And it's the realization that, man, I am at the middle of the road, the midlife crisis. Like, maybe go buy a sports car, just playing. But a sports car might not be a bad idea. You get to that point. So you start to think about things that you didn't achieve or the things you didn't accomplish. So I've been doing a lot of reflecting on things I hadn't accomplished, or the things that I didn't take serious enough to get done. Because I think that you have the intentions on getting it done, and then you'll put it off and be like, I get it done next week, turning to next year. So I went through a lot of next week, next years, and now I'm at a point that where I know I need to be more consistent. I know I need to really focus more on being one with God also, because I mean, I cannot say I done wasted a lot of years. I've become closer with God over these years. I have really did a lot of fixing me. Uh, a lot of transformation has happened. A lot of growth has happened. So I can't say I wasted a lot of years, but there's a lot of things that I could have done better. So I thought I would talk about that. I thought I would talk about how much better I could be going forward. You know, how much more can I accomplish? Because we in a time now with AI and the technology and the things that we can do, and at a quicker pace. So the things I didn't get done, the things I didn't accomplish, now I need to just apply those things and get it done now. I still have a chance. I still have the 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 willpower. I still have all my functions. I might not see as good as I used to, but I'm still healthy. So that's the thing about me just being grateful today. Not having to feel sorry for myself, because that little self pity party doesn't work. That does not achieve anything. That only hold me back. So I know from where I come from in the fight, I continue to fight, because it's like addiction. When you have fought through these things to become a better person, you still have to fight with that every single day. It just don't, that negative mindset, that poor mindset just don't go away. It is a constant battlefield. It is a constant fight to stay on the other side. It's a constant fight to stay consistent, to stay in the right path, the right structure, the right alignment of the spirit, because the spirit is what leads me, and that's God connection with me. And when I get away from that, I'm not being led by the spirit, and that's been my highest quality. Like, that's what really took me from that sick person into the person I am today. So when I reflect back on 50, I reflect back on how good God been to me too. There's a lot of people who hadn't made it through the things I've been through, and still here. So I mean, I have to be grateful for making it to see 49 and a half, and knowing that I have the potential to become the greatest person I could become. All I gotta do is keep that faith, keep that grind, and keep the momentum. and every day feed that fire. I gotta continue to feed that fire to keep me going. So that's why I'm on here saying 50. You know, what are we all gonna turn 50 one day? If you're not 50, one day you're gonna be 50. Maybe you over 50. You definitely understand the grind. You definitely understand where I'm coming from about not having that fire or putting that thing on the back burner and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do that next. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start that book. I'm gonna start that painting. I'm gonna finish that painting. I'm gonna finish renovating that house. I'm gonna get my retirement up. I'm gonna save money this year. Everything that we put off is another year added, and we don't get that back. So that's my main frame of this. Is like, don't let another year slide by. Don't end up 50 and be like, man, I didn't plan on this working out like this. Don't be that. You know. I think we all will have some regrets in life. I don't think nothing gonna be perfect, but I think that once you analyze and you start to really put your faith in God and really start putting what he put in you and letting it live and letting it breathe, I think that's when the structure really just start to come together. I don't think we can really control it the way we think we do, but we have to put in the work that we supposed to put in, that I supposed to put in. I want to say that I supposed to put in, because I can't get nobody else to do what they supposed to do. I have to do what I need to do. So that was why I done this today. That was pretty much why I was like, man, what am I gonna talk about? And man, that's what's bothering me. You know, I'm almost 50, no savings, no retirement, and what can I do differently to change that? And so I won't have that as a conscious thought. What can I do better now? You know, so this is taking the steps to say, okay, I'm not quite 50. Can I accomplish having can I start to change something right now? So by the time I turn 50, you know, can I turn that channel? Can I turn that page? So that's why I started a YouTube channel. That's why I really got on here. And that's another thing. I'm almost 50 and I'm doing this. So come on now. I don't sound great. I'm not perfect. I mess up all the time. But my one thing is, if I keep doing it, I'm going to get better. That's the bottom line. If I continue to do this, I continue to get in front of this camera, I'm going to get better. So what am I doing? I'm doing something that's going to change my perspective towards myself, and hopefully I can help somebody else in the process. Hopefully we're going to be able to touch others, because I'm not here just for myself. I wasn't put here just to influence me. I was here to become the best me for somebody else. And then that person is supposed to be that better for somebody else. And we just continue to play that forward. So I thank YouTube for giving me a chance to get behind my little phone and a light and express how I feel. And I thank you for tuning in. If you still listening, thank you. If you understand about this getting older, turning 50, maybe you ain't 50, maybe you 40 and you going through that reflections, maybe you 30. And maybe you can learn from me and be like, hold on, I don't want to be this guy at almost 50 and he on here like, oh my God. Yeah, don't be that. So, you know, it's taking that stance and saying, look, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do different. You know, and buy that to yourself. Write that out and be like, I refuse to be 50 without a retirement plan and not having things in the way I want it to be. You know, we all got our own piece of heaven that we can scope that we can carve out, scopes that we can carve out for ourselves. And that's why I say the spirit that lives in each and every last one of us, if it's fed by God, we gonna get there. We will get there. But it's locking in and not just being in favor of when we want it. We gotta understand, and what I say best is, God, what do you want from me? So, you know, that's my main thing today, is what do you want from me? And I noticed a lot about my life is it don't even work out the way I think it should, but it works out the way he plans it to. So I'm happy that I'm 50, almost 50. I'm still here, and I got great health. My eyesight ain't 20/20 no more, but everything else is good in my life. You know, I mean, I can sit up and say what I don't have, but I have the opportunity to have so much more than I ever done had. So that's the whole thing about enjoying living life and experiencing the little things and being happy for the little things. No, sometimes we not. Sometimes I get ungrateful for what some of the things I already got, and that was one of his messages for me. Was I wasn't cleaning up my little house, my little camper the way I thought that. Now I was okay with that. Let me get that right. I was okay with being a little Viking. And he said, "Look, if you are grateful for the things that I have given you, why you don't clean it?" I was like, "Okay, you're right. You know, I'm quick to say I'm grateful, but do I put in the actions to show it?" So you know, that's another one of those things that I want to say that if you saying you grateful, we have to put in the actions to really back that I'm grateful of. That means if we grateful for our body, we might want to walk a little bit. We might want to, you know what I'm saying? We might want to go to the gym. That's including myself. You know, I am grateful for everything he does for me. I really am, because he make ways out of no ways every time. I mean, I be facing times every time I turn around, and be like, okay, God, I see you. I understand. You know, so let's do this. Anybody that's understanding what I'm saying, put it in the comments. I know I don't sound the best, but listen, put it in the comments. If you don't like the way I speak, you can put it in the comments. Help me out. That way I can work on it. I can get better. I'm not against criticism, especially constructive criticism. I need all the help I can get. Okay. So anything you might want me to talk about, anything that you feel like we connecting with, let me know. Put in the comments. Like, subscribe. Listen, I appreciate you. If you done spent this much time with me, listen to me ramble, thank you. You know, I appreciate you. And yes, I promise I will get better. Every time I get behind this camera. And I'm working on some things right now, so it's gonna get better. But I don't really want to speak on what I'm working on, not just yet. Probably on my next one, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, look, this is what I'm working on. We gonna rock it together, cause y'all gonna be able to see." That's what I'm trying to do. Get a little setup going, so you can see what I'm working on. And we're gonna start from ground zero and work our way through this. You know, you're gonna watch it. A man almost 50 can do it. You can do it, right? That's what that's gonna be the message. A man that's almost 50 can do it. You can do it. So rock with me. Thank you.